Okay, and we're back. The third segment of our episode 30 here, we're going to talk college, which is my favorite subject of the weekend. I always look forward to getting up early, watch game day at 6 a.m. Granted, I don't get up that early on the weekends, but I catch, the last hour and a half of the show, which is always fun to watch. So the big games this weekend are, I think the marquee game is LSU against Texas. That's going to be a sweet game.
Yeah, and then you got also Texas A&M and Clemson.
Yeah. It's rare at the beginning of the season that you have top 25 teams playing each other.
Right.
So this should be a fun weekend, man. So I'm going to go. Let's go. Well, let's talk LSU Texas first.
Okay.
So Texas got a great head coach, former Buckeye, an interesting quarterback who likes to run, and he's pretty accurate as well. I think that Texas team is on his up and up, especially.
You think Anslinger is on the up and up? You think?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. I have to say that because we have someone who works here with us who went to University of Texas, so we got to say good things about Texas. She's definitely not in the room with us right now.
That's why we got to talk about Texas.
Yeah.
They got Texas, that burnt orange.
Yes.
The long orange.
Hook 'em. You know it's like, if you do this in the end zone now, they're gonna call like a flag, like a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct for doing this.
So that means Texas Tech can't do this, and Texas A&M can't do this.
No, I'm saying so they're doing the horns upside down.
Oh.
They're saying that's a 15-yard flagrant, whatever, which is ridiculous,
right. Let them play.
But then again, LSU's got a quarterback, a fifth-year senior, who sat in the bench for 3 years at Ohio State, Joe Burrow. LSU's pretty talented. That should be a fun and close game. I think it'll be lower scoring than people think. I think it'll be in the 23. Most college games are like 58 to 54. I love those games, by the way, because I love offense. That's why I don't like the NFL. I think the NFL is boring. 13 to 10, all punts and field goals, boring. So I love fast offenses. I love the air raid stuff. So it's hard to make a prediction on this one.
Right.
It's very hard. I don't want to give the SEC bias. I'm going to say Texas. I think Texas is on its up and up. So we're going to go Texas in a close one.
Okay.
Down to the wire. I don't have a score for you yet, but I'm going to go Texas.
All right. Well, my call is I don't know if I keep pronouncing his name Ellinger.
Yep.
If Ellinger, he's got to show me. I know that he's one of the 4 big arms of this year. They were talking about him from Herbert.
What happened last week, man? What happened?
So Herbert fell off, and he's out of the running. And then you have, I said from, and then Lawrence from Herbert, and then
Tua.
And Tua.
Got Tua.
But and Hurts. But Tua and Hurts wasn't considered in the big arm category. Right. They said that this boy from Texas is next level.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we'll see how they perform. I'm gonna go with Clemson though. I'm hyped.
You're not a Clemson yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with LSU for this one. Trisenda, you're gonna be happy about that. That's hype. No hype. I'm gonna go with Texas because I don't know too much about LSU, but I do know a little bit about Texas from what I've been reading in the Sports Illustrated magazines. So they're gonna come through.
Well, we gotta get our information from somewhere.
We got to. I give credit where credit's due.
Yep.
Next game up, the game I do want to talk about, as you said, I jumped the gun a little bit. It's Texas A&M and Clemson. My wife went to Texas A&M, so
this is great. So you got to take your bias out of it.
It's hard.
I know it's hard, but this is that's what our show's predicated on,
Yeah. So my thing is this: I've been gigging them for the past 4 or 5 years, but no hype. Clemson is that team. Lawrence is that guy. Dabo is that coach. And with that being said, they online to get another chip this year. According, it's going to be between them and Alabama again, the 2 teams. I know that none against Old State, but no,
I don't know. I agree with you, man. I don't take offense to that at all because we got to be realists when we talk about
our
sports.
More parity in college.
Yes.
That's the problem. You get hyped the first game, but after that, it's like you already know the prediction.
Yeah.
So anyway, hype no hype, Clemson. Love you, baby. I know you're gonna be upset with that, but hype no hype, Clemson, and Texas A&M win, and good job for them.
Yeah, so, here's my thing with A&M. The game isn't A&M. They just can't win the big games. They can't get over the hump. They haven't been to an SEC title game in forever, or if ever, since they joined that conference.
But Fisher knows Clemson. That's the thing.
Sure.
I don't know his record, but he's familiar with Dabo from being at Florida State. So with him down there at Texas A&M, And you playing in that 12-man stadium, like you said, anything can happen.
I think it's overhyped. I mean, look at Texas A&M. When have they been to the college football playoffs? Never. When is the last time they went to a big bowl game? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Whereas Clemson has the pedigree for it. Granted, their defensive line isn't as good as it was last year because they lost literally all four of their defensive linemen in the first round. But for them, they're just going to reload. I think that game will be closer than people think. When I mean closer, I mean I think Clemson will win by 14. That's just I guess I can say my hype and my no hype. I just don't think Texas A&M. Name 3 guys in Texas A&M. You can't. I can't even, and I follow the sport, So I still got Clemson, 2 touchdowns, no hype. Clemson, 4 touchdowns, hype.
Hype, no hype, Clemson. I don't know the score. Blowout, might be close. Hoping that Texas A&M upset. Hype, no hype, Clemson.
There you go.
There you go. So that's our college.
Are there any other sort of games?
This is the problem. Cupcake schedules. You don't.
Yes.
We need more.
There we go. Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second.
Please, man.
It does the fans a disservice. When you're playing, the first 4 games, before you get into your conference play, you play, the Sisters of the Poor.
Right.
You play the Chandler Mudhawks.
Right.
I mean, granted, preseason, you can call it whatever you want, but it makes college more fun if your season is on the line. When you go play a team, that's why you can't get excited about the first 4 weeks of the season because there's really nothing to watch. Unfortunately, like I said, there's only 2 big games this weekend. I like sitting there with going to cold beer and cheeseburgers or Hell of a Brewing Company. You have 5 or 6 TV sets. We have 5 or 6 different awesome games to watch at the same time.
Right.
But then this weekend it's I'll have 1 game at the 12:30 slot and then 1 game at the 4:30 or 3:30 slot.
Right.
Which sucks.
So,
So college football, please, you got to do something about your non-conference schedule. Make those games matter. Make college football more fun that way. Make college football great again.
My thing is this. That's funny that you said that last part.
Yeah.
All right. Close that up for me. My thing is this. It should be a criteria to get you in the top 25.
Sure.
First of all, it goes by scouting your team, what it looks like, the prediction of what the team might look like.
Right.
Second, it should be about your schedule.
Yes.
Your schedule needs to be loaded.
Where Clemson's 67th in the nation in schedule.
You need to have a loaded schedule. If your schedule is not loaded, you are not in the top 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, so you go use those 2 big things, what you did, or 3 big things. Your class is in, or the team with what it looks like, what you did in the past, last year, and then your schedule. Now you got those 3 things going. Now you play couple of games the first month is just whoever you want to play, or maybe not a sister of the poor, but at least a very interesting game. Going into mid-October, you should be ready for the play. You should be ready for a college playoff, and take the top 16 teams there and break down. Take all these little bowls and let all the bowls feed into a bigger bowl, until you play yourself all the way down into the national championship in January. Now, if you lose during those bowls, then you can still play for a bowl that doesn't put you on route for the national championship.
Like a toilet bowl?
Like a toilet bowl. You can play on a cereal bowl. But if you win, then you advance on to another bowl. So now you got a losers bracket going into the bowl, and that's only because you're a top 25 team or you're a top 16 team.
Right.
If you're not in that top 25, top 16 team, I know this is going to upset a lot of college people about all these bowls, but we don't need to see 1,000,000,001 shoestring bowls for
the Beef O'Grady's bowl.
I'll cut my hair bowl.
Helicopter.com bowl.
I'm using my a new Thigh Master bowl. I don't need none of that stuff. This stuff is crap.
The C-Train bowl. Come on, man.
C-Train bowl. C-Train fitness bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. So. Let's really get serious. Let's turn this into a playoff, a real playoff, starting and beginning of November. Keep us all in tune, because you forget half the team by the time they take a break in the end of October, and you forget what the team looks like going into January or December.
It's, when you get to the national title game, it's like your last game was played the first week of December. You have a 40-day layoff till the finals, which is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Right.
I give credit to Oregon and Auburn for playing each other, both ranked, beginning of the season. That game was exciting.
It was.
If we can get that snowball into, then the next week play like more Power 5 schools. Now I understand like the mid-majors want, their day in the sun, so they gotta, you have like Tulane playing like a Power 5 school, or you have like Cincinnati playing Ohio State this weekend.
Right.
I get that. Maybe have like one of those in there, but your other 3 non-conference, play somebody, man.
Just
play
make
somebody.
the mid-majors play against each other. The best mid-majors play against the best mid-majors.
Yeah.
And the majors play against the best majors play against the majors. But it's no fun watching like Oklahoma and Houston. Houston is a good team. They're up and coming. But they ain't on the same, they shouldn't even be on the same field with Oklahoma.
Right.
So what do you do when especially, like I said, I was in Oklahoma this weekend. You know what the fans were doing for Oklahoma? They wasn't worried about winning or losing. They was wondering if the defense was going to give up more than 14 to 21 points, because that's what
They did give up a lot of points. It was like 45 to like 38 or something like that, or
so
30
they counted
or something.
that as a loss.
Yes.
Because of the fact that they want to see their defense on another level, because they know that the Alabamas and the Clemson of the world has a defense there. Again, that's a waste of time to watch them play Houston. I would have rather them go up against another top 25. You just mentioned that Auburn game. Oregon was off the charts.
That was great.
Knicks,
Yeah.
I got a chance.
Freshman?
Man, Knicks is for real. Did you see the picture of him as a kid?
Yeah, that's a kid. Yeah.
But that's what we need in college football.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought, but I was going to say, so that Oregon loss won't count against them that bad. I think they were ranked 9th or 12th or something like that. So they're not going to drop that far because they lost a very close game to another ranked team. So don't be afraid to schedule a good team. If you lose, let's say, like for example, Tennessee, you scheduled Georgia State, who won 2 games last year. They're like Division I AA, and they lost. That's going to count majorly against you, like big time if you lose to a crappy school like that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Florida State. You lost to Boise State, which is a mid-major. You guys were up like 38 to 13, and for some reason you guys lost that game. That's going to count against you big time. But if you played a Power 5 school, they won't count against you if you lose, or if it's like a close game at least, So, and at the same time, you're going to lose viewership. So when Oklahoma's winning against Houston, 30 to 7, people are going to turn the game off in the third quarter, and then the sponsorships are going to leave. Then college football gets a bad name for.
People leave the stadium early because they know it's a blowout, so that means the concession don't get money. We trying to make sense for y'all football. So NCAA football, let's do this thing. Let's turn this thing. It's a reason why the basketball tournaments are so hyped the way they are.
And Division III does tournament football style as well.
Man,
they have 32 teams that do a tournament
I.
style. It's because the big wigs at the top of all the bowl games and prestige and all that stuff want to keep it that way, but then you're kind of ruining the rest of college football when you do it like that,
I got you.
So hopefully if we can make enough noise, not us, but I'm saying like the fans and whatnot, make enough noise, maybe in 20 years from now, they'll have that, it takes so long for, turnover to happen. It took the BCS, 20 years or 19 years for them to change that system over?
Wow.
Yeah, so it takes a while for these things to get some traction and finally change,
That's what's up.
So that is
man.
what's up.
That's a good show.
Yeah, right on. Hey, we got 3 different segments. So our show's in 3 different segments today. So hopefully for you, your viewing pleasure, so you don't have to sit there and watch for an hour. You can watch, each segment individually. So we're going to try this new format. Hopefully you guys like it. Let us know.
You can watch Seth's tight shirt.
That's so tight. It's a medium. It's a medium. Yeah.
Go across.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if this show is going to go. Every time I wear my Kobe shirt, something always happens.
Yeah, but nothing's going to happen, man. I got everything saved.
Sure.
We're on a new format. Got a new camera, so we're looking good.
Thank you, NBC Radio. We can't wait to get back at you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, James out west, kill it. Patrick, baseball isms, kill it. And Pee Wee in the Midwest family. Love all y'all. Alice family, love y'all. Thank y'all.
We'll see you guys Monday. So we can do a show right after the big weekend of sports. So
yeah, sounds good. Can't wait. That's how we go.
All right, guys.
All right.